Hello and welcome. I am a hotel AI expert with extensive experience in modern hospitality operations and performance support. I am so pleased to welcome all of you students from Europe Hotel School to your online learning journey. We're about to explore what it really means to think like a hotel leader. And let me tell you, it's not about the title on your name tag. It's about a fundamental shift in your perspective.
So let's just dive right into the core idea. Leadership in our world, in the hotel world, isn't about the position you hold. It's a mindset. It's a discipline. It's about developing the ability to see beyond the immediate task right in front of you and to understand the bigger picture. And this really shows you what I mean. Take a look at the difference. On one side, you have the task focus. Check in a guest, follow the steps, finish the checklist. That's fine. But a leader's focus? It's on a whole other level. You're not just checking someone in, you are shaping their entire arrival experience. You're not just following a procedure, you're thinking, how can we make this better for everyone? It's that leap from just doing your job to actively shaping outcomes.
All right, so let's get into our first part. It all starts with broadening your perspective. Think about it like this. For a while, you've probably been looking at the hotel through a microscope, focused on your specific job. A leader swaps that microscope for a wide-angle lens. It's time to see the hotel as one, single, interconnected system.
And this is where it gets really powerful. Because once you see the whole system, you realize every single action has a ripple effect. Let's say you approve an early check-in. Well, that might seem like a small thing, right? One happy guest. But a leader sees the ripples. That decision hits housekeeping, who now have to rush. That could delay another room, which then impacts the arrival experience for guests coming in later. You start to see that the hotel is like a pond, and every decision you make creates waves.
Thinking holistically also means you stop seeing your job as a series of isolated moments. A leader thinks about the entire guest journey. It all starts with that very first click during booking. Then comes the arrival, which sets the tone. The stay itself is the main event, of course. But then there's the departure. That's the last impression you'll make. And it doesn't even end there. The post-stay interaction is how you build real loyalty. A leader is obsessed with making every one of these stages perfect.
Okay, and let's be real. A hotel is a business. So a leader has to understand the financial side of things. You have to know where the money comes from. Rooms are obviously the biggest piece of the pie, at 60%. But you can't ignore food and beverage or events. They are absolutely critical. Every decision, from staffing to which wine you put on the menu, has an impact on the bottom line. It's this constant dance between creating amazing service and ensuring the business is healthy.
So the big idea in this first part is this. You have to pull yourself out of the day-to-day firefighting. A true leader steps back. They look at trends, they think about what's coming next, and they make moves that will ensure the hotel is successful, not just this week, but years from now. That's strategic thinking.
So now that we've zoomed out and we're seeing the big picture, let's talk about how to act on it. This second part is all about becoming proactive. It's about getting ahead of problems instead of just reacting to them.
So many roles in a hotel are, by nature, reactive. The phone rings with a complaint, you solve it. A machine breaks, you get it fixed. And look, that work is absolutely essential. We couldn't run a hotel without it. But it's not leadership.
The leader's way is totally different. A leader is always anticipating. Instead of waiting for a guest to complain that the Wi-Fi is slow, a leader is already looking at usage data, noticing peak times, and planning an upgrade before it becomes a problem. It's about listening to feedback, seeing patterns, and solving issues before they even happen.
A hotel can be chaotic. There are a million things that need your attention all at once. One of a leader's most crucial skills is prioritization. It's the discipline to look at all that chaos and immediately know what truly matters right now. Is it guest safety? A major service issue? A leader cuts through the noise and focuses the team's energy where it will have the biggest impact.
Which brings us to this critical question. Picture it. Things are moving fast, you don't have all the facts, and everyone is looking at you. What do you do? How do you make the right call under that kind of pressure?
While great leaders build their decisions on a few key pillars, you gather what information you can, fast. You think through the possible outcomes. And then you have to balance the hard data with your gut feeling, that intuition you've built over years of experience. You act decisively, and most importantly, you own the result no matter what. That's what builds trust.
Okay, we've broadened our view. We've become proactive. Now it's time for the final piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it's the most important one. This is about the human element. It's about leading other people and leading yourself.
This right here, this is the big one.
Your thinking has to shift from how am I doing to how is my team doing? A true leader knows their success is measured by the success of their people. Your team is your single greatest asset, and your main job is to develop that asset.
So how do you do that? You invest in them every single day. This isn't about some formal review once a year. It's about being in the trenches with them, observing, coaching, giving constant feedback. It's about spotting that person with potential and mentoring them. When you create opportunities for your people to grow, you're building a loyal, high-performing team that will move mountains for you.
And here's something you have to remember. Your mood is contagious. If you are stressed and panicking, your team will be too. A leader has to be the calm in the storm, that composure, that emotional stability. It's not just for you. It's a tool that provides the stability your entire team needs to perform at their best, especially when things get tough.
And finally, leaders take ownership. When things go wrong, they don't point fingers, they take responsibility. They own their mistakes, and in doing that, they create a culture of accountability where everyone feels empowered. This is the absolute bedrock of trust and credibility.
So, let's pull all of this together. As we wrap things up, I want you to really hold on to this idea. Leadership is not a finish line you cross. It is a continuous journey, a constant process of learning and growing.
I mean, think about it. Our industry is always changing. Guest expectations shift, new technology comes out. What worked 5 years ago might be totally outdated today. A great leader has to be adaptable. You have to stay curious, you have to be committed to always improving, because the industry will not wait for you.
So here it is, the transformation in a nutshell. You're moving from being stuck in your department silo to seeing the entire holistic operation. You're going from just reacting to problems to proactively anticipating them. You're shifting your focus from your own performance to developing your team. And maybe most importantly, you're evolving from just following instructions to truly shaping outcomes.
This journey, thinking like a leader, it doesn't happen overnight. It starts with one small conscious step. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What is the one principle from today that you will actively practice this week? Whatever you choose, that's where your leadership journey truly begins. Thank you so much for your time.